everyone, Stephanie from Mrs. D's Corner here. I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about storage and hacks and different storage ideas for all of your adapted work binders. I have quite a few of them now. We have the morning binder, we have the first grade binder coming out for ELA, we have a kinder binder for ELA, a math binder, a music binder, and a science and social studies binder. So we have a wide range of binders now. So what are you supposed to do with all of these binders? I'm in the same boat as you though, so I want to share a couple of the hacks that I have been doing with myself and some that have been suggested to me on social media of how some of you are storing your binders that you're not using. So welcome, come on in, and let's get started. The first thing that I want to show you is actually like what is an adapted binder. For those of you that don't know, one of my adapted binders is the English Kinder binder, and this is just part of one. And there's different levels. So this is the identify level. This is the matching level. Oh, there's a glare. Look at that. It's just different things that you can get your kids to do to help your students with special needs, or even if your child does not have special needs or you're not a special needs teacher, that can help them do the curriculum on grade level. So the first thing that you think of when you think of an adapted binder is actually putting it in a binder, right? Let's see if I can turn this around. My studio office thing is really, really messy, but let's see if I can. Okay, so here, right here, those are my math adapted work binders. So the first thing I'm going to suggest to you is actually keeping them in binders, especially for the math binder and the science and social studies binder, because there's so many different topics. Unless you're creating student-specific binders, I'm going to suggest, if you're printing the whole thing out, to just make one binder per topic and just keep it on a shelf somewhere. Or you can keep it in cubbies, however you're going to store it that way. But I do know that binders get very expensive. I have quite a few binders over there on my shelf, so I know they get really expensive. And even though you can go to Sam's Club or to Walmart and get packs of 4, packs of 8, and get them on a really good deal, they're sometimes really, really expensive still, right? So how can you store out some of these work pages in these binders that you're not using, that the students aren't using the work pages? Maybe you've prepped them ahead of time and you're waiting for your child to be on that mastery level, or maybe your child has already mastered those work pages, so they're working on a different level or a different activity. So what are you supposed to do with all of these work pages that you don't have room for in a binder? Maybe you have a 2-inch binder already, right? So the one storage idea that I have done for myself that has helped me keep everything organized is just getting, I'm gonna grab it here on the table. I ordered some of these Sterilite containers from Amazon. I think I got 6 of them for like $30. So they weren't too expensive. I like that they have the latches and the lid. So what I do is I actually have a couple different storage ideas for these. When I finish a binder or when I'm getting ready to prep a binder, I automatically hit print. So I have a lot of pages that are just on printed paper. I can write recycling vocab. This is actually from the Life Skills binder that is on pre-sale right now. So I have all these pages that need to be laminated. So I have one of these that has stuff that needs to be laminated. Then, I'm gonna make some noise here. So if you're like really overwhelmed that you don't have all of your pages printed or prepped, welcome to the club, because this is mine. These all need Velcro and put into a binder. So you can see I've prepped this one page here. That was the freebie for those of you that took my survey a couple of days ago. Thank you so much. And then there's some other pages in here that I just put the Velcro on the back, but I haven't cut them out yet. And then there's some pages that I just laminated and haven't done anything with yet. So I stick those in their own container. That way, when I'm moving, if I want to work on the couch, or if I'm working in my classroom or working in anywhere, I can just grab this bin and I don't have pages falling out of a binder or falling out of a backpack. It's all in here, it clasps closed, and I don't have any problems. For all of my other work pages that are finished, these are from the Science and Social Studies binder. I have this this right here will be science and social studies. So anything that's finished and prepped that has Velcro on it and ready to go, need to strip at the bottom. But I'll stick it in here. That way, if I'm missing a page for science and social studies, or I want to add a page for a student, I can add it in here. And then I also have a full container. This is for the Kinder ELA binder. So if you've seen some of the videos for the activities and that's what's in here. These are all prepped and ready to go. They can be added to a binder, so I don't have to do anything with them. And I know it's in here. You can even write on it, create labels, however you want to store it. But this is the one way that is keeping my sanity, is having them all in different containers and knowing what's in them. The other ideas that I have had and been given for you are these project cases. I know Brooke Brown from Teach Outside the Box has a great blog post on her blog, teachoutsidethebox.com, about using these in your filing cabinets instead of using file folders. And that's why I have so many of these. So they're kind of expensive. They're more expensive, I think, than those containers. I think I want to say I paid like $6 or $7 a piece for these. So they are a little bit more expensive. But my thought is you could also use these too, put your work pages in here, and then you can write on this, put a kid's name, and they could be student specific, and they fit right into a filing cabinet. I think with we have standard filing cabinets in my classroom, and I think I could fit 12 or 14 in a row. So you could fit a whole bunch of these into a filing cabinet and really have them organized for your classroom. The last two different hacks that I have for you have to do with all of the answer pieces. So if you know anything about the adapted binders, there's a lot of differentiation. When you purchase a digital download, the binder, you get it as a digital download, and I provide all of the differentiation for you. So like I showed you, this is the Kinder ELA binder. These are the punctuation work pages. So there's the identification pages. So this doesn't get any Velcro on it. You just laminate it, stick it in a binder. Well, then you have this work page here that I can match the punctuation. So they can match the actual picture to picture, or, and this is, I want to say Simply Something Special Ed on Instagram. Oh my gosh. I will link to her Instagram in the comments afterwards because I want to give her credit for this because I never would have thought of this on my own. So ID badges, right? Just simple ID badges. I ordered 20 on Amazon for $6. And all you do is, I'll try to get as close as I can. Here are the other work pieces to go when your students master matching picture to picture. These are the ones that tell you, hey, an exclamation point, you can switch out the actual picture for the words. You can fit all of your work pieces in here, your extra work pieces, and when they're working on a page, just flip it up. So if it's laying on the table, you just flip it right up, and then you can swap out the answer pieces as you need them. Absolutely genius, right? And then I do suggest, though, if you're going to use these, to alternate like which ring you're sticking it on, or your binder's going to get really heavy and bulky in the middle. So just alternate where they go. You can stick it right in front of it, and then you never lose the pieces and when you want to switch them out. It's absolutely genius. So I will link to her Instagram because she shared it with me, and I want to give her credit for it because I didn't come up with that idea. But you could do that with all of your work pieces. Even the bigger squares, like you see at the bottom here, are going to fit inside of this here with the Velcro on it. Amazing. And then how I've been storing my answer pieces, besides this one that I have prepped and ready to show you, was before I thought of all these other great ideas for you guys, because I didn't want to throw away the extra pieces. So this is what I did. I just stuck them all into a gallon Ziploc bag. So I have some math binder in here. I have some English ELA binder. I have some of everything in here. And I just, if I'm using pieces, so you can see like I cut the other half of this off. This is from the math binder. I just stuck it in here. So I do need to go through this and figure out what pieces go to what. It's not that difficult, to be honest, to figure out if you're missing pieces or however it's working for you to figure out what goes with what. But this is how I've been storing all of my extra pieces and pieces that need to be changed out when my students master a work page. So those are my different ideas and hacks for you for storing adapted work binders. Some of them are easier to do than others, and sometimes just keeping them in a binder is probably your best bet. But if you have any other questions, please leave a comment and I will get back to you after the video, or you can send me a message. And again, I will link to the person who thought of these genius ID tags. And if you have any other ideas, leave them in the comments and I'll share them out with everyone. Bye, guys.